good, you guys? It's your girl, the Master Key, and I'm back with another video. So today in this video, I want to speak with you guys about a few signs you can confirm to let you know that you are part of the 144,000. Okay, so what is the 144,000? Let's get into that first. So from my perspective, and by no means am I, the expert, the one all be all. The 144,000 is pretty new to me. I understand the concept, but I'm not saying what I'm saying here today is law, or that my viewpoints or what I think is an absolute or anything like that. I'm just giving my perspective. So in my perspective, what the 144,000 is, I believe that the 144,000 is the 144,000 souls or beings on the planet Earth that are the light workers. They are the ones that have an elite spirit, an elite calling. They have a destiny or a plan or a purpose that exceeds just the average human experience here on earth. And they're here to balance out a lot of the evils and a lot of the impurities and the different types of dark spirits or dark souls here on earth. And they have a job to be those elite light workers that takes on so much spiritual type of work, type of present here on earth, and things like that. So that's what I believe the 144,000 to be. I also believe that when they say 144,000, that I don't believe that means that there is only 144,000 beings. Now, from my perspective, what makes sense to me is I believe is 144,000 beings on the earth at a time. So obviously some of those physical bodies may pass on, new ones are brought on if you get a little deeper into it. I just had the thought as I'm saying it, speaking it out loud here, it may be the same spirits. It may be the same spirits reincarnating back in like different physical bodies or different physical beings. That is a possibility. I'm not 100% sure, but from my viewpoint, that's how I see it. Now, the reason why I think is only 144,000 at a time, because I believe that makes sense. I believe that makes sense to like have, it's not the same 144,000 here, and then once them 144,000 go, there's no more of the beings here on the earth. I think it's 144,000 at a time. That just makes sense to me when I thought it through a little bit, thinking about that perspective. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the signs. And if you have majority of these signs, then you're probably one of the 144,000, and you have a great purpose and a great spirit and a great soul and a great divine whatever here on earth. So the first sign that you are a part of the 144,000 is that you are God-fearing. Now, when I say you're God-fearing, that doesn't mean that you're an extremely religious person. That doesn't mean that you have to even believe in God in the way that normal religions speak about God. It just means that you believe in the greater of good. It means that you believe that there is something powerful over us. There creative source that is responsible for all of us being here at this time on this planet, in this world. You believe there's more to this, and that being is so powerful and all-knowing and all-seeing, and you want to serve that higher power. You want to make sure that you are doing the best that you can do with your time here on this earth, and you respect that being, you respect that positivity, you respect that light and that love that is all things, and you know that that thing is no separate from you, and it's no separate from any of us, and you not necessarily fear it in a scary way, but you believe in it ultimately, and you know that you serve that higher power, and you would not ever go against that higher power. So if you are a person that thinks like that, and you believe that, and you live your life like that, then there's a high chance that you are a part of the 144,000. My next sign that you are probably a part of the 144,000. You understand spirituality in a way that the average person don't. You can have really deep, meaningful conversations. You can have conversations that the average person isn't able to have. So you're a deep thinker. You are always questioning things. There's no absolute to you. There's different possibilities. Maybe even when you were young and you were growing up and people told you certain things about life, you always questioned if that's true. And certain things that people told you to believe, you went against. You were like, no, that doesn't seem true. Like, it could even be in your mind. You could be like, no, that doesn't seem like that's possible, or it seems like it could be deeper than that, or if it's that, but maybe what if it's this? Like, you were always the type of person that just questions everything. You didn't just believe what was told to you on the surface and just went on like the rest of the collective and, just believed whatever was told for you. You were always deep thinking and deep into spirituality. You always knew it was something greater that was responsible for you being here, and you always questioned everything. The next sign that you are probably a part of the 144,000 is you see the best in everybody. Okay? You are a person that may find yourselves in situations with people that can be a little bit turbulent or shaky, because when you go into relationships with people, you always give them the benefit of the doubt. You always see the best in them. When it comes to your family and your friends, you're always motivating them, cheering them on, giving them good advice, because you believe you actually see the best in them. For some reason, you're not nervous, you're not paranoid when it comes to people. You haven't experienced life like the rest of us, and I'm not saying you maybe don't have trust issues, or you're not quick to just trust blindly. Obviously, you are aware of your surroundings. You make smart moves. I'm not saying that you're just out here like la da 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 da. But when it comes to people, you believe that everybody can be a good person, and you believe that if somebody wants to be good or do good, you believe that truthfully in your heart. You just always see the good in people, and sometimes it may take you longer to see the darkness in people. But once you see the darkness in people, it doesn't mean that you're going to just blindly continue to ride with that person. You don't have a problem cutting people off. I'm not saying that you're just giving all of your time and your energy to anybody. But when you initially meet people, when you see people, when you connect with people, when you interact with people, you always just see the best in them. You believe in them. And then obviously if they show you who they are, or they give you some type of reason to not trust them or not believe, you maybe see a dark side, then of course you may remove yourself, you may, step back. But initially you see the best in people. Another sign that you are probably a part of the 144,000 is you move to the beat of your own drum, regardless of what everybody else is doing, regardless of what everybody else say is right, or whatever the trend is or the fad is. You don't really care too much about any of that. You do what you want to do, and you don't really care what the collective is doing or what they believe in. It's easy for you to detach from just regular stuff that people get caught up with. If everybody's going over there, you probably just want to go over here and do your own thing. It's never important to you to follow what everybody else is doing. That never was important to you. Which is going to take us to my next sign, that you're probably a part of the 144,000, which is when it comes to society norms, you don't really care about any of that. Initially, when you're young, you may entertain certain things, but as you grow older, you can see the facade. You can see the trickery and the illusion of what this experience on earth is all about. You see the illusion of what we're being told, and the mask that's kind of getting pulled over our head, or the sheet that's getting pulled over our eyes. It's easy for you to decipher through that, and you know, like, they're saying this, they saying this, they want us to believe this, they want us to believe that. It's easy for you to pick it apart and see that, no, I don't believe that. I don't think that's true. Because you're a thinker, you like to think deeper into things. And also, you're pretty intuitive. You can feel, because you get a lot of internal messages, you can feel and see things past your two regular physical eyes. You have another eye that you can see certain things that the average human just may not be able to see. So if this is something that you can resonate with, then it's a huge chance that you're probably a part of the 144,000. The next sign that you're probably a part of the 144,000. You may have had many experiences. You have an old soul. You feel like, regardless of what your age is, you feel like you just have a lot of experience. And that experience may not be physically on this earth in this body that you're in, but intuitively, on an internal level, you are very wise. You have a lot of wisdom. It's easy for you to understand things. You don't bump your head and make just blind, silly decisions as the average person may do. You can listen to different types of music and enjoy it. You know, for example, you just like good music. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the new rah-rah music. You don't just relate to what's new and what's familiar or what's popping right now on the planet. You can tap into just great things. The new songs that's out right now, the new movies that's out right now, the new music, the new books. You can relate to anything good, anything wholesome. And you just feel in the pit of your being, the pit of your soul, that you just have an old soul. Or maybe people tell you, like, people may be like, man, you act like you could be young, you could be 15, 20, 30 years old, however old you are. But people always told you, or people tell you, you act like an old lady, or you are a little old man at spirit. You know, you guys ever meet a baby or a little toddler or a little kid, and you're like, oh, he's been here before, or she's been here before? You know, those babies may have old souls. Like, you just feel internally that you've definitely been here before. So if you have an old soul, that's a huge indicator that you're probably one of the 144,000. Another sign that you're probably a part of the 144,000 is you wake up every day and you strive to be better in some area of your life. You're not content with where you are, and not even just on a superficial level when it comes to maybe money or finances or looks or your body, just in all spaces in your life, whether it's your relationships, whether it's your spirituality, whether it's your health, fitness, finances, family, friendships. It doesn't matter. But every single day, in some way, you are always striving to do better, to be better, to show up in a better way. And you may fall off. You may get caught up in a rut. You maybe have a rough patch or a rough period. But you don't ever stay in that space for a long time. Something always hits you and pushes you and motivates you to get back up and to keep trying. You're very resilient. Nothing holds you down. Nothing can hold you down. You always are pushing, pushing, pushing to be a better person. If this is you, if this sounds like you, you're probably a part of the 144,000. Now, the last sign that I have, this sign resonates with you. You are probably, definitely one of the 144,000. You are extremely favored in who you are when it comes to the higher power in the universe. You maybe have been through a lot of things in your life. You've seen days that the average human being, if they went through some of the things that you went through, they wouldn't be here. They would have never survived. They would have never pushed through. But you've always pushed through. And maybe you found yourself in compromising situations that some humans or other people were in as well and didn't make it out of. You were in those same environments and you were in those same situations, but you made it out. You were always protected. It doesn't matter how low things got for you, how tight money was for you, how traumatic your experiences may have been. At the heat of the moments, for some reason, something happened. Strings were pulled, and you were pulled through and out of that situation. And you're extremely favored. And you know that the higher power is always with you, always watching over you, always protecting you. And you just don't understand how. If this is something that you've experienced, I'm here to tell you, you're probably a part of the 144,000. So guys, that's my last sign that you're probably a part of the 144,000. And if you are, that's beautiful news. That means that you're a light worker. That means that you're a part of the group to make this world a better place. And that the higher power of the universe or God or whatever you believe in has faith and believes in you to do the work that was ordained for you. And also, I want you to understand that you chose this life. You picked this mission here on this earth. And that is extremely beautiful. And you should be extremely proud of yourself because you are light, you are love, you are greatness. And that's all I have for this video. So if you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notification bell so you don't miss out on any more videos like this one. And also hit that like button. And after you do that, go ahead and get in the comments and let me know which one of these signs resonated with you. Until the next one, peace.